Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a detective unraveling mysteries that baffle the mind? Picture a small, quaint town, the kind where everyone knows everyone, and excitement is found in the annual bake sale or the yearly fair. Imagine a place so serene, a postcard couldn't do it justice. Now let's introduce you to a man, a pillar of this community, a man who, with his quick wit and contagious laughter, won the hearts of all. A generous soul, a friend to everyone, the town's very own gentle giant. His life, brimming with stories of kindness and goodwill, echoed in every corner of this peaceful hamlet. Then, one chilling morning, this beacon of the community was found lifeless in his home, his laughter silenced, his stories abruptly ended. The town stood still, its heart ripped out, its tranquility disrupted. And so the town's peace was shattered, a mystery laid at its doorstep. The scene of the crime was as perplexing as the crime itself. In the heart of the city, tucked away in a quiet corner, was a nondescript house. This was where the murder had taken place. The victim was found in an armchair, a book resting in his lap, its pages open to a chapter midway through. On a small table by his side sat a half-filled glass of wine, its contents untouched, and the room was sealed from the inside. The room itself was a study in orderliness. A neat array of books lined the shelves. The carpet was immaculate, and there was not a speck of dust to be seen. It was as if time had stopped in this room, preserving everything in a state of perfect tranquility. The only disruption was the lifeless body in the armchair. The police found no sign of forced entry, no signs of struggle. The room was locked from the inside, with the key still in the lock. The victim's fingerprints were the only ones present in the room. On the book, the wine glass, and the door. It was as if the room had been hermetically sealed, with the victim and his murderer locked inside. But how could that be? There was no other person in the room when the body was discovered. The windows were latched from the inside, the chimney too narrow for a person to fit through. The room was a sealed box, a puzzle that seemed impossible to solve. And so, the riddle begins. How could someone have committed this murder when the room was locked from the inside? Was it an ingenious murderer who found a way to kill without leaving a trace? Or was it something more sinister? Was it a murder at all? Or something far more mysterious and inexplicable? The clues are there, hidden in plain sight. The book, the wine glass, the locked room, all pieces of a puzzle waiting to be solved. A mystery indeed, one that would require a sharp mind to solve. Sometimes the most complicated riddles have the simplest answers. In the midst of this chilling tale, we've spun a web of clues, each one more perplexing than the last. The murder, shrouded in an enigma, was committed under seemingly impossible circumstances. A room locked from the inside, no signs of struggle, and a victim found lifeless with no apparent cause. How could this have happened? How could someone have infiltrated this fortress of solitude without leaving a trace? Then, like a bolt from the blue, the answer emerges, shattering the complex facade of our mystery. The victim, you see, was not just an ordinary man. He was a renowned book collector, his library brimming with treasures from every corner of the world. Among his recent acquisitions was a book of exceptional rarity, a tome that carried with it a deadly secret. This book, a relic from a bygone era, was steeped in a lethal poison. The slightest touch with bare skin could induce a swift and silent demise. The killer, cunning and patient, had only to bide their time. They knew the collector's passion for his books, his habit of handling them without gloves, feeling the weight of history in his hands. And so, the victim, unaware of the danger lurking within his beloved collection, sealed his own fate. He locked the room, safeguarding his precious tomes from the outside world, unknowingly becoming a prisoner of his own demise. The killer needed no key, no secret passage. They simply set the stage and let the tragedy unfold. And so the mystery was solved, not by looking for a hidden assailant, but by looking at the victim himself. Remember, the simplest answers can sometimes be the most elusive.